Hi there and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a Animal Kingdom Lodge resort review. We stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge on our most recent trip and I've received a lot of questions about it. So I wanted to film a video and give you our honest review about the resort. Everyone is going to have a different opinion about the resort, and anytime I say anything negative, I always receive thumb downs, which is fine. We are all entitled to our opinion, and this is just my opinion of the Animal Kingdom Lodge. So we stayed there for 4 nights, and then we actually switched resorts. But the 4 nights that we stayed there, we stayed in Jambo House. So Animal Kingdom Lodge has Jambo House and they have Kidani Village. And they are both Animal Kingdom Lodge, but they are like separate resorts. They're not attached, so you can walk between them, or you can take a bus. They have like a shuttle, I guess I'll call it, between the two. So we stayed in Jambo House, and we booked a standard view room. And upon check-in, we went to the front desk. I couldn't get the online check-in to work. I tried for weeks ahead of time and it didn't work. So I just thought, that's fine, we'll go to the front desk. So we went to the front desk. We had an amazing cast member and she was so kind to us and spent a lot of time talking to us, and we actually got an upgrade on the room. So we paid for a standard room and we did get a Savannah view room, which was an upgrade. So that was a nice perk, kind of unexpected. Everyone does Disney differently, and we are not people that spend a lot of time at the resorts. We will explore the resorts, we will do stuff there, but we generally don't take like a resort day. And so paying to upgrade for a room that had the Savannah view was not really important to us. We are very blessed where we live to have an amazing zoo, and they have like a whole Africa like exhibit where you're actually able to feed the giraffes and pet the giraffes. And so we do go to the zoo quite often. So my son is not very impressed when we see animals, because we see them all the time. And I know that sounds horrible, but it is what it is. And so it wasn't really important to us to upgrade to that Savannah room. So after we checked in, we went to our room, and that was kind of disappointing in that it took us about 10 minutes from the lobby to get to our room. So we were on the 2nd floor, which is actually 1 floor down from the lobby. So the lobby, I think, was on the 3rd floor, and then there's the 2nd floor, and then there's the 1st floor. So we had to walk quite a bit of ways. Then we took an elevator down, and then we had to walk more to our room. Every day to take that walk was kind of a lot, especially because you're like walking all this way before you even get to a park. So that was a little bit disappointing. We loved our room. It was a beautiful room. I will say that one of the things that I did not like about the room is it was very, very dark. It was a beautiful room. There were things about it that I really, really loved. I loved there was a ceiling fan. I loved kind of the I guess I'll call netting over the beds. I thought that was very authentic and really nice. So it was a beautiful, beautiful room, but it was very dark. And the bathroom was very nice because we had a double sink, and that was kind of in one area, and then it was separated with a shower, bathtub, and toilet. It was nice because one person could be like in the shower or using the toilet while the other person was at the sink and getting ready. However, the lighting in that vanity area was not good at all. It was super, super dark. I wish that it had just more light, Hollywood lights, or just something to make that area a little bit brighter to see better when you were getting ready. So I did not care for that. So next, let's talk about transportation. That's the question that I get asked the most about staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge. And to me, I think it might be Animal Kingdom's Lodge biggest downfall, because you have to take a bus or get in a car to go to anywhere on property. To get to a theme park, to get to Disney Springs, to get to anywhere, you have to get in a car or take that bus. Some of the other resorts, if you stay in the Magic Kingdom area, you can take the monorail, you can take the boat from Wilderness Lodge. If you stay at the Boardwalk or the Beach Club or the Yacht Club, you can walk to Epcot, you can walk to Hollywood Studios, or you could take the boat to Hollywood Studios. So when you're staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge, you are kind of far out there. It is a good 15-20 minute bus ride to Epcot, to Hollywood Studios, to Magic Kingdom. So it does add time to your day. From our room to the buses was probably a 10-minute walk. Now, granted, we do have a toddler with us, so we are not able to walk maybe as fast as we would without that toddler, even if he is in his stroller. And they do have now, when you check in, you can go to your My Disney Experience app and you can check the bus times on the app. So it will tell you what time the next bus is coming for that particular park. So we did check the app and we did go out to meet the buses. I would not say that that was completely accurate. Sometimes it was within a few minutes, sometimes it was like within 15 minutes. So I understand, you know, things happen, there's traffic, it takes people longer to get on and off the buses, but that was our experience. So the buses at Animal Kingdom Lodge was one bus that serviced both Animal Kingdom Lodge and Kidani Village, and they dropped off at Kidani first and then would drop off at Jambo House, and I feel like the pickup was the same. They do Kidani first and then Jambo House. So when you think about it, took us 10 minutes to get to the bus, and then we are waiting for a bus for 5 minutes, sometimes 15 minutes, and then 15, 20, sometimes 25 minutes to get to Magic Kingdom. It is a lot of time before you even get to a park. So that was kind of a bummer. Now, the biggest bummer for us was one day I had to go back to the resort. I had forgotten my ID and I needed to get my ID because when you're an annual pass holder and you want to use your pass holder discount, you have to show your ID. So I needed to go back to get it. I knew that it would take me a little bit of time and I accounted for that. What I did not account for is to sit and wait for a bus for, I think it was like 48 minutes. Yes, I waited for 48 minutes for a bus. So they do have the screens where the buses pick you up that tell you how long the bus will be, or I should say what time it would come, for all the different parks, Disney Springs, the water parks, and the one for Epcot said 20 minutes when I got there. And it kept saying 20 minutes, and it said 20 minutes for probably about half an hour. Then it finally put a time up, but that time kept changing and changing and changing and changing. Now, hindsight, I should have just gotten a Lyft or an Uber. To sit there for that long was really disappointing. And then it took another like 20 minutes, 15 minutes to get to Epcot. And then I went through security. So the whole ordeal to go get my ID took 3 hours, a little over 3 hours. By the time I waited for a bus, went back to the resort, waited for that other bus, and came back. Yes, so that was really a bummer. We also had a couple of experiences when we were leaving the parks in the evening that the line for the buses was so long that we had to wait for 2 and 3 buses before we could even get on the bus. And it was funny because it was like certain resorts had really, really long lines and certain resorts had like no line. And Animal Kingdom Lodge, while we were there, had a super long line. So we were waiting one night at Magic Kingdom. I think we waited like 30 minutes, maybe 35 minutes just to get on the bus. And then there was like so much traffic leaving Magic Kingdom that it took us like another 25 minutes to get back to Animal Kingdom Lodge. And then 10 minutes to walk back to our room. So I think because of the transportation, for us, it's not a resort that we would probably stay at again. And I know that's probably not a popular opinion, but for us, it's absolutely kind of a deal breaker. Okay, next let's talk about the food options. So we ate at 2 of the restaurants at Jambo House. We ate at the Mara, which is the quick service restaurant, and we ate there 3 times. Once for breakfast, once for lunch, and once for dinner. Now that is also where you refill your mugs. Luckily for us, the Mara probably took us about 8 minutes to get there from our room. We would go down in the evening, usually when we came back, and get something to drink and then come back up. Was it super convenient? No. We were on the dining plan on this trip. I probably wouldn't purchase the mugs if I wasn't on the dining plan because it was kind of that inconvenient. The food at the Mara was fine. I don't think it's the best quick service restaurant as far as resort quick service restaurants go. We have had better experiences. The breakfast was fine. We really got like Mickey waffles, sausage, eggs and pastries, that kind of stuff. It was fine. Probably overpriced if we were paying cash for it. We did have lunch there and we had the flatbreads. The flatbreads were good. My husband's was better than mine. It wasn't the best pizza I'd had. It wasn't the best flatbread I had, but it was fine. And then for dinner one evening, we got a chicken Caesar salad. It was fine. It wasn't great. I probably wouldn't get it again. So we ended up waiting a long time for our meals, both for breakfast and for dinner. Not so much for lunch, but you know, they were really busy every time we were there. Seating was definitely at a premium. It was a fine quick service restaurant. I would never like seek it out. And it really wouldn't be my first choice if we had other options. But it was fine. We also had breakfast at Boma, and it had really been talked up to us. Everyone says they love Boma. We decided to go for breakfast. It fit with our schedule. It was actually on my birthday, so we thought that might be special to have that birthday breakfast there. They had quite a few breakfast options, really the standard options, and then they did have a handful of more of those ethnic dishes, which the food was good. The ethnic dishes were excellent. There were not very many options of those ethnic dishes. So we have eaten at Tusker House before, and we love Tusker House. Tusker House is probably one of our favorite character breakfasts, one of our favorite buffets, and Boma for breakfast was not Tusker House for breakfast. There were not as many of, like I said, the ethnic options. It was fine. I would probably go there again for dinner or for lunch, but probably not again for breakfast. Now, there are a lot of positive things about Animal Kingdom Lodge. I think that the resort as a whole is beautiful, and I think that seeing the animals is really, really neat and a very interesting experience. We did not go to the pool while we were there. We just didn't have time for it in this trip. We looked at it. It looked really nice. It was really busy. Animal Kingdom Lodge does have quite a few activities that we did not take advantage of, but I think are worth mentioning. With all of the animals, they do offer nighttime viewing of the animals where they have night vision goggles that you can look at the animals. And also when you're out and looking at the animals, they have cast members out there who also are really knowledgeable about the animals, and I don't think that they're like zookeepers or anything like that, but they do talk to you about the animals. So that is really cool, and it's nice to learn a little bit more about the animals. At the pool, they do have all kinds of activities that go on. They have a schedule that's posted where they do crafts. I think while we were there, they did like tie-dye t-shirts, and they do like dance parties and different activities out at the pool, which is really neat. And then at night they also do the movies under the stars, so you can see different Disney movies out kind of by the pool. And then they also have the campfire where you can toast marshmallows, make s'mores. You can sing songs. They have different things that go on at the campfire, so that's really neat. They have a pretty cool playground. They have the Hakuna Matata playground, which is great for kids. So that's kind of an added bonus. I don't feel like all the resorts have a playground, so that was really nice. They also have an arcade. I think the arcade is open 24 hours a day, so there's all kinds of arcade games and stuff going on in there. One of the things that I think is pretty unique and different and I wish we would have done is they have a culinary tour. So you get to learn about the food and the menus and the making of the food and all that at both Boma and Jico. And then I think you get to taste stuff at the end. So that is a neat tour that I think is a little bit just unique and different. I wish we would have done. But I think the number one thing that sets Animal Kingdom apart from all of the other resorts on property is the cultural ambassadors. So they have, I think they're all on the college program, the Disney College program, but they are scattered around the resort and they do all kinds of activities and educational just activities with the kids. They do, while we were there, we saw that they were talking about all of the art, the African art that is at Animal Kingdom Lodge. I had heard that Animal Kingdom Lodge has the largest collection of African art outside of Africa. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've heard a few people say that. They do have quite a bit of art. It is very beautiful. And you could really spend a whole day going around both Jambo and Kidani looking at all of the African art because there is a lot and it's really, really neat. And then also the culture ambassadors, I saw them doing activities with kids. So they were doing kind of like craft kind of things, I think. And then they also had like musical instruments from Africa that they were playing with the kids. So that's really, really neat. That I wished we would have had time to take better advantage of. And I think those things definitely set Animal Kingdom apart from the other resorts. Okay, so in summary, did we have a great experience at Animal Kingdom Lodge? It was fine. I wouldn't say that our experience was excellent. I think that the transportation and the food kind of maybe made it, you know, not as enjoyable. I think that it is a beautiful resort, but I don't think for us we would probably stay there again. Like I said, everybody does Disney differently, and for us we like to get out, we like to explore, we like to be in the parks. So I don't think that staying in Animal Kingdom Lodge is right for the way that we do the parks. Now, that being said, if we were going for a resort only couple of days or maybe a resort only vacation, which a lot of people do at Disney, I think that Animal Kingdom Lodge would be at the top of that list. I think there are so many activities there. I think there's so many interesting things to see and to do there that it definitely makes it a destination on your trip. I hope you enjoyed this review of Animal Kingdom Lodge, both the good and the bad, and if you don't agree with me, I would love to hear why in the comments below. Like I said, this is just my opinion and our experience of the Animal Kingdom Lodge. Of course, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would love for you to subscribe if you have not already. I post videos every Tuesday and Friday. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
Whenever I'm with you, I am alright. There's something about the way you make me feel inside. I'm counting down the days till we fly away, heading to the sun.